Hey, what's up? I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I noticed there hasn't really been too many videos concerning Nirvana's most underrated songs, so I thought I might go through, well, a few, if not a lot, of songs that I feel are very, very underrated in terms of Nirvana's catalog and what people consider popular songs. So let's get off to number one. So the first song I have is If You Must, which I absolutely love this song. This song's fucking awesome. I really don't understand why Kurt didn't like this song. Just the structure that has this very loud, quiet dynamic. I guess the best way I could describe it, it's kind of a hardcore punk song. Well, I don't know. It's just dope. I really wish it would have been on Bleach, to be honest. I don't understand why it wasn't. Okay, so the next song, Paper Cuts. This is off Bleach. If you're a Nirvana fan, you know this one, obviously. It's a cult classic for the Nirvana fans, but for everybody else, I feel like everybody should really listen to this song. And one of the main reasons why is it's one of the heaviest Nirvana songs I've ever heard, personally. It has a very sludgy, doomy kind of sound, actually. Sort of 70s rock. Very Melvins inspired, but I love it. And I love the story, the lyrics. It's a fucking awesome song. So, next song is a cover by the Wipers. Again, I'm sure if you're a Nirvana fan, you've heard this one and you love it, but to everybody else, the song is called D7, Dimension 7. It's a great fucking cover. I like it just as much as the Wipers song, as much as I like the Nirvana version better than the Wipers. So D7 is a good one. Next one is another cover song. This time it's by the Velvet Underground. So Nirvana's covering a VU song. It's called Here She Comes Now. If I'm not mistaken, this was released on a split with the Melvins, kind of like as a Velvet Underground tribute. And I just fucking love it. Again, I prefer this version over the original. Nirvana has a great way of just making their own cover of it and just making it so fucking original. But I think what I love about this song the most is how lo-fi it is, and just to me, it's just alternative rock at its finest. I don't know why. It has a very Daniel Johnston feel to me. I don't know. It just there's something really lo-fi, and I just love his voice. The guitar tone is amazing. So yeah, check that one out. Okay, next one. I believe this was an outtake for In Utero, and this is Moist Vagina. Love this song. I love the how he repeats marijuana, marijuana. I love that shit. I guess the lyrics are up to interpretation. I kind of interpret it as he's kind of saying marijuana is similar to a vagina, I guess, moist vagina. That makes sense. But anyways, I always thought this kind of sounded very Big Black inspired, very Steve Albini. Listen to Shellac, actually, or, anything Big Black did, and this kind of sounds very similar. Same with the next one that I'm going to talk about, which is another outtake from In Utero. This was originally supposed to be the title of the album, I Hate Myself and Want to Die, so that was going to be In Utero's initial album title, but that was later changed. Anyways, I really like this one. I don't think the lyrics are too personal, if you ask me. They're very vague, but I do love it. I love the song structure. Again, the same thing. It has this very quiet, loud, very Pixies, Big Black kind of inspired thing going on. And it's too bad they never really put it on the album. I really liked it. I think it would have been a nice closer. Okay, so the next one is off Incesticide. This might be one of my, maybe it's in top 5 best Nirvana songs, all-time favorite Nirvana songs for me. It's just Big Long Now. God, I love this song. The riff, the tempo, I don't know. It sounds sludgy and kind of doomy to me, honestly. Very stripped back, though. It's incredibly simple. Anyways, it's a great song. Again, a really underrated one. And I think if people heard this song, they might look at Nirvana a little bit differently. And, I don't know. It's just my opinion. but a really good song off Incesticide. And the next one I have is Tourette's. So I don't know how people feel about this one. I have a feeling it's people skip this song most of the time when they listen to an Utero. It might be like an automatic skip because it's so overwhelming. It's kind of a brutal rape of your ear. It's a brutal rape of your eardrums. Ugh, I got tongue tied, but this is a great song. Again, listen to Tame by the Pixies and listen to this and you'll hear the influence. Kurt's scream just sounds like, was it Francis Black or Black Francis, whatever his name is, but very similar. Fucking punk as fuck. Again, this is a very this is like punk. This might be the most punk song they've made, in my humble opinion. I've never heard Kurt scream or really gutter out these kind of vocals on a lot of the other songs. But moving on, this is another sort of personal favorite. I know most people probably wouldn't like this one, but I just fucking love it. And that one is Mexican Seafood. If I'm not mistaken, was this on the Kill Rock Stars compilation? It was on some compilation. But anyways, this is a great song. It's really fast. The lyrics are just nasty. Just gross shit. I don't know. You gotta look at the lyrics on Genius. The lyrics are just gross. It has a lot of Kurt's sense of humor, in my opinion. And that one's off Incesticide too. So I think actually everybody should listen to Incesticide. If you haven't listened to Incesticide and you're a Nirvana fan, go listen to it. There's a lot of underrated shit on there. All right, so moving on. This is the 10th song. This is Dumb, but this is not the In Utero version, and this is not the unplugged version. This is the BBC version, the radio appearance that Nirvana had in England. And the reason why I'm picking this is it just sounds way better than the album version and the unplugged version. I love the sound. It's very raw. It's very lo-fi. I believe it's a demo, so it's on the With the Lights Out box set, but great song. Love it. I prefer it way, 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 way more than the original. Okay, next song is Milk It. And I'm sure this is, again, a cult classic with the Nirvana. It's a cult favorite, I'm sure. I love this one. Personal favorite. But what I like about it is it's so just raw and nasty. It just has this very noise rock kind of sound. Very lo-fi. And again, I'm going to say Big Black. It's so interesting. I think if you really listen to In Utero and you listen to a lot of Steve Albini's catalog, whether it's production or his work, you hear a lot of the influence, but otherwise, it's a great song. I love it. Okay, now moving on. The next song is Radio Friendly Unit Shifter. Now, I don't really hear about this song talk too much amongst fans, and I think it's a really, really good song off In Utero, and one of the main reasons I feel this is the most direct song that Kurt's ever made, particularly about his fame and the way he feels about his fans. I just love it. I love the song. The song structure is great. The riff is awesome. I love Kurt's voice, the lyrics. I don't know. I could read into them all day. I think they're really, really good. But anyways, next song is Downer. And this one was off Bleach, I believe, on later issues, later reissues of the album. It was put on like as an extra song, and then it was on Incesticide too, because I guess Kurt wanted the song to get more play. But anyways, this is a very punk song. It has a very hardcore punk sound, but it's great. The lyrics are interesting, very politically charged, kind of like Discharge. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was trying to make a Discharge sort of song. So it's a good song off Incesticide. Check it out. Yeah, so the next song is Beeswax. It's off Incesticide yet again. This song's very punky. I think Nirvana fans will remember the line, I got my diddly spray. I got my diddly spray. Yeah, that. But it's a good song. I guess I don't have too much to say about it other than I think it's an underrated song. Moving on to number 15, which is Very Ape off In Utero. I love this song. I love the riff. I feel like this song is very, very, very underrated. I don't hear it talked about too much, but very punky, very catchy, just really, really short. That's probably the only thing I don't like about it. It's too short. I wish it was longer. Okay, next song is Big Cheese off Bleach. I love this one. I love the riff. I like the intro of the song. I believe Kurt's like fading the volume on and off. And I love the lyrics too. I believe it's about Bruce Pavitt, their relationship, Kurt's relationship with Bruce, and how demanding he was at Sub Pop. And I find it interesting. I wonder if Kurt and Bruce were really that close to begin with, because I did read in the Come As You Are book by Michael Azarad that Kurt didn't really like Bruce Pavitt. So if anybody has an answer, put it in the comment section below. Anyways, moving on. The next song is Mr. Mustache. Love this song. I think this is a cult classic with Nirvana fans. I don't know. But I've always liked this one on Bleach. And I've always liked the line, what is it? Something, what is it? Yes, I eat cow, I am not proud. I've always loved that line. I think it was at the bass line is really sick. I'm trying to think of how it goes, but this is a really underrated little gem. Swap Meet's great. Excuse me, Mr. Mustache was great. But the next song is Swap Meet, which I'd say is more or less kind of along the same lines as Mr. Mustache in terms of the song structure. The lyrics are pretty interesting. It has a very 70s rock feel to me, if I'm being honest. Very catchy. It's really all I have to say. This is heavy shit, to be honest. I think if somebody likes metal and they want to get into Nirvana, they should listen to like Bleach, especially. Next song is Return of the Rat, which is a Wipers cover. Again, like I've said about all the Nirvana covers, it's definitely worth checking out. I think their cover's way better than the Wipers. Just my opinion, though. I don't know, maybe I'm just biased because I heard the Nirvana version first, but I think it's great. It's on With the Lights Out box set. Next song is Aero Zeppelin, off Incesticide. This would have to be another personal favorite of mine. I just love it. I love the riff. It's very punky, but kind of 70s. I don't know how to describe it. It's just great. I love the dynamic of the music. From what I understand, I believe Kurt was trying to mix like Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin. I can't say that I really hear that too much other than the riff, but it has a very like punk, like meets Led Zeppelin kind of thing going on, or Aerosmith. I don't know. Great song, off Incesticide. Check it out. Next song is Dive. Now this song, I'm sure has its decent amount of fans. I'm sure people like it a lot. I just don't hear it talked so much, so that's why it's on here. The bass line for this is awesome. I love Nirvana, the fact that the bass gets to shine in like a lot of their songs, and this is a good example of it. It's just really catchy overall. That's really all I have to say about it. Good song. Next song is Negative Creep. This has to be Nirvana's metal song. This is the most metal fucking song they've ever made. This is almost a thrash song. Really catchy. It's off Bleach, and like I said before, if you're into metal, listen to fucking Bleach. That's the heaviest shit you're gonna get from Nirvana, probably. But yeah, I love the what he said. Forget what he says. The line that he says, that he repeats, but it's great. I just love the thrashy sound of it. The next song is Sappy. And I know that there's like multiple recordings of this. I think the one that I prefer is the 2013 mix. That one sounds great. I don't have much to say about this song. I mean, it's good. I just don't love it. But I think it's worth checking out. That's my opinion in short. Moving on to Endless Nameless. This song is really, really interesting in my opinion. Believe this was on early copies of Nevermind back in the 90s, kind of like as like a hidden track that would come on like I don't know how many minutes later. I could imagine that being kind of scary. But anyways, this song almost sounds kind of like a Butthole Surfer song in my opinion. It's very just distorted, noise rock, It's interesting. I've always loved the bass in this song. The doom doo 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 doo. Again, it's doing this very like quiet, loud thing, and maybe the I just think Nirvana's just ripping off the Pixies here, honestly. But it sounds great nonetheless, and the way Kurt's screaming, his vocals are just awesome. So it's a one of a kind song. Okay, next is "Oh the Guilt," and this was a split with I believe the Jesus Lizard. This is a little, a little hidden gem, I guess. I didn't really play this song too much. I mean, I do like it. I guess I could say it's just a really punky song. That's all I have to say about it. Moving on to the next song, which is verse, chorus, verse. I think this was a Nevermind outtake, and I believe this was the verse, chorus, verse was supposed to be the title for an Utero. That was like a suggestion at one point. This is a good song, very catchy. I can see why they took it off Nevermind. I don't think it fits, the theme, I guess. The sequencing, if that makes sense. But it's a great song, very catchy. Highly check it out. It's on the With the Lights Out box set. And moving on to the next song, which was also a Nevermind takeout, this song I think is highly underrated, should get talked about more, which is Old Age. I think the lyrics are great. Incredibly catchy song, just simple. I mean, it's easy. I love it. Good song. Next song is Even in His Youth. I believe this was on the Teen Spirit single. It's like an extra song or something. I like this song. I feel like a lot of the most underrated Nirvana songs are clearly the most punk rock ones. It's just my opinion. They're not, I don't know, but this is a good example of Nirvana being very punky, very catchy, simple song structure. I like it. Trying to think where you could listen to it. You could listen to it on Spotify, I'm sure. Next song, which I love this song. There's something about, I don't know if this was on the Dale demo, but those songs that Nirvana did with Dale Crover from the Melvins are great, and I'm pretty sure he did Blandest. Blandest is awesome. I would have loved to hear that on Bleach. Incredibly catchy, really underrated. I guess it's hard to describe. It just sounds, I guess it has a 70s rock thing. I think the whole theme of Bleach is just, it has a very 70s rock groove, and this kind of is another song that shows an example of that, but it's great. Very catchy. What is it? And the situation wasn't quite as... Yeah, that shit. It's great. If you're a Nirvana fan, I'm sure you know this one. But if you don't and you're a casual, listen to this song. It's great. Okay, next song is Token Eastern Song, excuse me. This is a demo. It's on the With the Lights Out box set. Good song. I don't necessarily play it too much, but I do like it. I love the bass line in it. It always sounded kind of like a jam, like they're just jamming. I don't know. And if I'm not mistaken, it sounds like this one Green River song. I forget what it was. I saw a comparison of the two, and yeah, I think Nirvana's more or less trying to be Green River in that song. But moving on to the last and final song is Gallons of Rubbing Alcohol Flow Through the Strip. This is more or less a jam, like an improvised jam, but I like it. It reminds me of a lot of other things for some reason. It sort of reminds me of Subado for whatever reason, or Slint. It just has this kind of like similarity to it, like the improvised, just talking, and yeah, it's a good song. I highly recommend it. I believe it's not really an outtake from an Utero. I guess it's just a jam. I don't know. It's a good song. I know it came out on like European pressings of the album, like, when the album was in Europe, they had that extra song on it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the most underrated Nirvana songs. I hope you check them out. I've curated a playlist with all these songs, so if you want to go peep that, do that in the description below, and I'm out.